Hometowns are really important, I think, to a lot of people. In addition to just being where you're from physically, I think it's where you develop yourself and it's really where you start to become the person you become. In a lot of ways, I think that Fort Collins was a good hometown for me to grow up in. It started out as kind of a small college town, and as I grew, the city kind of grew with me. As cool as it was to grow up with the city didn't stop growing after I left, which makes sense. But I believe that Fort Collins lost a lot of what made it special to me, and it just doesn't seem like the same city anymore. I was kind of talking about this with my roommate who grew up in the same city as I did, and he had some pretty similar thoughts.
There's a park in Fort Collins. I can't remember the actual name of it. I always called it Mammoth Park because there's a big statue of a mammoth that all the kids can climb on. I still go there. I've gone there ever since I was really little, though. It was just outside of my house. It was fun riding my bike down there, walking with my brother and my dad, and we'd play there. Apparently, it's based on a mammoth because they found some fossils there. I've been to the old CSU stadium and the new one. I mean, I can see why the old one would be bad if you were a student because it's just so far away from campus, especially if you didn't have a ride. But I miss the charm of it, of going out into the mountains. And I mean, I only went there when I was young, but I loved it at the old one more so than the new one.
After I heard Ryan talk about the old football field, I decided to check it out, and I was surprised to find that it wasn't there anymore. It was all demolished, and instead they just put up a frisbee golf course.
When I was younger, Fort Collins was a lot smaller, and it was never a small town, but it was a lot smaller, and I think it's lost some of that charm over the years. As more students have moved into CSU, more houses are going up, more schools being built, and more people, coming in, and more businesses trying to squeeze out all the money from people. Everything in Fort Collins is kind of becoming way overpriced and just geared towards squeezing out money from everyone at every turn. So that's how I'd say Fort Collins has changed in my life.
While a lot of parts of Fort Collins changed, I think one place that actually retains some of Fort Collins' soul still is the drive-in theater. It actually was about to close down pre-COVID because just nobody went there anymore. But ironically, COVID saved it because with COVID, you couldn't just go to a normal theater anymore. So you had to go to the drive-in. And kind of an ironic twist, COVID saved the drive-in. I think there is hope for Fort Collins, that it retains some soul while becoming something larger. It's hard to say what the future will bring for it, but I'm hopeful, I guess.